Secrets. My name's Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan, trusted member of the media. Let me see here. Let me call up the chat, see if anybody's in here. Yeah. I felt like streaming. I didn't do anything today. I didn't do any of my own live streams. I didn't make any videos. Very busy working on more Cyberfrog stuff and getting this Vampirella campaign together. The Vampirella #1 cover. Hi, so people are coming in now. Saggy Bones for $2 says only 17 pages. That was funny. Hi everyone. Hi. Hail to all of you. Sean Tillman says, what's up, EVS? Eskimo Phono. Those of you who are members of the channel, thank you for being here. Ms. Sadsong said, you did great, EVS. Thank you. Yeah, I just got off of the Killstream with Ethan Ralph. Now, there's a whole group of kind of former comic skaters who want to give me a hard time. And these guys spread incredible rumors and I think are just generally poisonous, and these guys they really want to get me out of Comicsgate, and I'm not really sure why. I'd like to talk to them about why I need to go from Comicsgate. I suspect it's because of jealousy and envy. They envy my beautiful head of hair. Takanetics, hello all. Demented for Fun says the callers in Killstream are ridiculous. Oh, I mean, yeah. Pam Boy's here. Hey, Pam Boy says Soy Pup got handled. I was expecting better. I was expecting better out of them. Two of these guys are nuisances, and they're they don't understand what Comicsgate is, and they don't understand what we're trying to do, and they're in the way of people doing better for themselves, I think. Job of the Cuck says, did you get exposed? Hell yes, I did. It was so embarrassing. Let me see. I might invite some people in here. I just felt like doing it. Realizing that I had not done a stream or a video today at all was concerning to me. And I thought maybe I'd better, even though it's not really today anymore. Now it's tomorrow. Let me see here. Comicsgate Live. Let's get some Comicsgaters in here. Yeah, today I got a whole package of cards, sketch cards from Narwhal, and they look fantastic. I'll show you some of them. Let me see here. So let's do that. Yeah. I'll bring Yellow Flash in here. Let's see a Yellow Flash thought if he wants to come in. If he's not streaming by himself. Yeah, Yellow Flash. Everyone was just like, be careful. Be careful on the Killstream, EVS. Be careful. You don't really have to be careful when you have, the truth, on your side. You don't really have to be careful about that. When everyone else around you is lying and you're telling the truth, that you don't really feel nervous. And as I told Andrea, I said, I talk about Comicsgate all the time. It's very important to me. I know people want it to die. I know people are saying, why don't you just let it go? Let Comicsgate go. I can't. I want it to continue. Because I really feel like it's I feel like it is the life raft, after the comic book industry ultimately collapses. And let me tell you something, we've got some news stories to go over that that kind of show that I'm more right than ever. It is definitely collapsing. Where did I put those cards? I put them. Oh, they're over behind me. I'm not standing up and giving you guys an ass shot. Hold on a second. You guys will be like, look at how fat EVS is. What does it say? Stop cam. Stop cam? What happens? Oh, look at that. Okay. I was afraid to hit that. All right. We're back now. No, I'm not showing my fat butt. I'm not doing it. It's not even that fat, but you know. No, I have pants. I have pants. By the way, I got this today in the mail. This is a Cyberlog card, and I think it's by Pixel Trader. This is great. You know, these are great. I think they're doing these kind of metal cards that are parodies of Comicsgate properties. So I was grateful to get this. Pixel Trader, this is it's metal. This looks really good. You know, good job. Mitch suspects that I'm wearing parachute pants. I'm not. I'm not wearing parachute pants. Don't worry about that. All right, look. Got this big stack of sketch cards from Narwhal of Cyberfrog. Look at this. Andrea hasn't looked at these yet. Normally she looks at them and she goes through them. But I mean, it's just like beautifully colored little individual works of art. All Cyberfrog. He didn't really, I don't think he drew. Look at that. I don't think he drew Heather. I think he only did Cyberfrog. But I mean, who wouldn't want these? Like if you got a Narwhal card, like these are like original works of art, you know, of our frog. He did a lot of them too. Look at this. There are only 17 cards here. They're just 17. Far more than that. Look at Cyberfrog with the stinger through his head right here. That is fabulous. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, look at that one. Damn, dude. These are good layouts. Look how nice it is. Like the spikes coming off of his shoulders and then, you know, the cross behind him. You know, that's just a really, really nice artsy layout. And to think that, you know, Narwhal would do that on just a trading card, you know. Oh, hey, I'm Cyberfrog. So you get, so, you know, when the card sets go, you know, you're going to get the card. He signs, everyone signs their autograph on the back. You know, it just seems like a pretty good deal to me. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. And thank you, Narwhal. I'll get you paid for these. All right, let me read some super chats here. Downshift says, how many pages is Cyberfrog, Ethan? How many? It's 80 pages long. And the ash can is 18 pages. And it's good. You know, I think you're going to like it. King Harkinian says, are webcomics safe from an industry crash? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Why wouldn't they be? I mean, you don't need you know, what's causing the industry to crash is just the greed of and stupidity of the mainstream, and then, you know, the current distribution model, which just isn't sustainable. Mexican Iron Man says, Uncle Ethan, my Vampirella issue came and I love it. I'm ordering all the rest you produce. I haven't been this excited about comics since I was 12. That is cool. That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna do the Vampirella #1 variant cover tomorrow. I don't know if you guys, I think I've shown you guys this already, but I'll show you again. I mean, let's see here. The final piece looks great. Hold on. Okay, that's me talking to Kyle. I'm like, Kyle, Kyle's miraculous. He really is. All right, let me see here. Yeah, this is what Kyle did. And I told Kyle, let me show you. StreamYard, share screen. I'm still learning all this stuff. Okay, share screen. Bump. And I think right here, there it is. Okay, so I told Kyle, I said, Kyle, would you please, you know, put blood all over her boobs, you know? And he was like, yeah. So he did it. And at first he only did a little bit. And then he said, no, I want to do more. And so he went and just spattered blood all over her boobs. Push this back a little bit, which I appreciate, you know, the background. Really, really cool. So what they're doing right now is they are, I'm getting a Vampirella logo across the top of this. And then we're going to do foil logo. We're going to do a red foil logo on this. This is going to look so good. I mean, it's really going to look so good when it's done. What a beautiful piece. And, you know, this is how I feel about comics. I mean, I really feel like everybody needs to kind of get together whatever money they need to get together and actually produce high quality looking comics again. You know, that's the key to the future, is produce high quality looking comics, objects that make people actually want to buy them. Andy Montemayor says, hey, Uncle E, just back to Zach's book. That's great. Your boy Zach last night had a good closing night on Jawbreakers, God King. Closed it out at 200. He's got $203,801 right now, and I think he's delighted. I get the feeling that he's delighted by that. It was a big improvement over his first book. Taco Twister said chair emoji when? Oh, yeah, 3D Robin. If you want to get on that, that'd be cool. We'll do a chair emoji. Pungent says, where is the Killstream nowadays? Is it on D Live? I got a link to it. Actually, if you go on my Twitter, I just retweeted a link to it, so you can actually you can watch it if you want to. Everyone was scared. Everyone told me not to do it. People told me not to do it for various reasons. Some of those reasons were, oh, these guys, they're alt-right. I said, well, I mean, if they're alt-right and they want to yell at me, that I don't see how I lose in that situation. And then, in any case, I'll talk to anyone. I really feel like Comicsgate should be sort of open to have conversations with people and not really worry. I mean, if an SJW wants to talk to me, look, we had not too long ago, we had a nice transgendered, I say nice in quotes, but Alexis Filth came on, and we did a nice conversation with Alexis Filth, who's a trans anti-comic skater. And I think people were initially put off by that, but, I think it was probably a good thing. 3D Robin says the chair is degenerate. Release the butter licking emoji. Did I get that, 3D Robin? I don't know if you sent me that. If you did, I'd put it up. And I'm going to put the Mike S. Miller one back, as well. I think that's a good idea. But overall, so it was a pretty good experience. I was nervous about it. Like I said, Andrea said to me today, we're walking around. She's like, so when is your kill stream? What time is your kill stream tonight? I said, it's so funny hearing you say that. It's like, Andrea, when is your kill stream, honey? It's coming up. I said, I think it's tonight at like 10 or something like that. And she said, okay. I don't know if she watched it. I mean, it was pretty late night. I really felt like I yelled at people a little bit, people who deserve to be yelled at. James Ian Anderson says, just picked up Lantern Rebirth 1 through 6. Are they good? You got to tell me. Tell me how you feel about it. After you read them. Eric Hutful says, I completely forgot about Killstream. They're going to have Mundane Matt on, apparently, though. So I'm going to be watching tomorrow because I guess tomorrow was the Boulderversary. The Boulderversary. The 1-year anniversary of the collapse of Mundane Matt. I actually want to see that. Adrian Stone says, EVS, you were the only one with any T in their voice. I don't want to be mean, but God, those voices would make Helium cringe. Yeah, it kind of confirmed a lot of my suspicions. I mean, I'm, the people who really hate me and make up lies about me are mentally ill. Gimp Rider 66 says, I listened to it. Seemed okay. Not too many dorks. Amateur Ant says, does YouTube take a cut out of the $5 to join the channel? Just curious. Yes, they do. They certainly do. So I think that, I get like $3, maybe $3.50 out of it, but I'm happy to get it. So thank you guys. Sci-Fi Snob says, EVS, you handled the kill stream perfectly. Alexander L says, how did they get him on again? Well, honestly, if I were Matt, I would just do it. At this point, Matt making a comeback, the only way you're going to do that is just kind of face your accusers again and then just try to do it with a sense of humor. Oh, somebody's waiting. Antonio's waiting. I'm sorry, Antonio. Hi.
What's going on, man?
Well, I mean, Antonio, I was just on the kill stream with Ethan Ralph and everyone who hates me.
I saw some of it, and it was hilarious.
And it was something else. It was just like, here's another person who wants to screech allegations at you. And by the way, again, guys, you have to trust me. People are like, Ethan is a snake. I'm like, I'm not a snake, you assholes. Like, I tell you the truth, and you guys don't want to believe it. The Doug Tenaple is Earthworm Jim anti-gay. These people take everything out of context. They just go, well, but it's going to get him fired. I'm like, but you didn't read what the tweet exchange was about, guys. I wasn't accusing Doug of being anti-gay. I was just saying, look, you're talking about not wanting to be controversial while using controversial phrases, and Comicsgate is not as controversial as some of the phrases that you're using on Twitter. I would never call Doug anti. Well, I don't know if I would. I'm not sure.
Edward, I don't know. Doug doesn't seem to think he's homophobic.
I don't want to even get into it. I want to be understood. That's all. I just want take my statements for my intention. I mean, actually read them in context. These people pull things out of context. And my favorite thing was Ethan Ralph hit me up with the back during the Box Day incident. We had Antonio, you were there, right? I mean,
yes, I was on the stream. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yellow Flash is here. Hold on. Hey, buddy.
Hold on. I gotta fix my settings.
Yeah. You should put your face in there or your logo.
How do I do that?
I'm not sure about it. This is StreamYards, and it's all new to me.
Yeah, it's still in beta. They haven't set that up yet.
Man of Sex says, I almost feel bad for Rumble owning himself. Rumble Terrier. Yeah. Oh Lord, please don't.
All right, there we go.
Understood. What did you think, Yellow Flash? You were scared, man. You were scared for me.
I watched. I thought you did good. I watched it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because Nick came on, so I had to go watch the Boba Fett stuff. Did Rumble Terrier come on there? I heard he came on.
He did, man. He came on there.
How did that go?
That just sounds so bad. He came.
People thought he humiliated himself, and I don't know. I think I just kind of took him for what he was. He was silly. He wasn't. I don't feel like he hit me as hard as maybe he could have or wanted to. He mostly just seemed insane, and that's how I treated him. I just treated him like he was kind of a nut, and I said, look, the one thing I said to him, and by the way, I treated him with respect, but the one thing I said to him was, look, I tried to make peace with you. I go where you are. If you think that I am hiding out or something like that, or I'm not willing to talk about things. I talk about things with anybody. And I went on your stream with Crypto Comics, and I said, why can't we? What is it? Why can't we shake hands like men? And even then, he snickered like a little bitch, and he wouldn't, and he wouldn't. Most people, if you just go, what is it? Why can't we work this out? Especially since I did nothing to you. You know what I mean? It's not like we had an incident. You just have some weird problem with me. How can we fix it? And he wouldn't fix it. I think he's what can you do from there? You just go, you're a woman. I mean, you are womanly. Is
that the guy that you asked him to apologize and he wouldn't apologize?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Rumble Terrier?
No, wait. Did I? No. That was the guy. There was another guy who came in. I think it was the SWC dude. I can't remember what his name is, but he's another one of these weirdos. And he came at me with this tweet about Doug TenNapel that he had taken out of context. And I didn't have the tweet handy, but he said, "Why did you call Doug homophobic?" I said, "I didn't. You didn't understand the context of those tweets." He said, "Context, schmontext. You just want to hurt people." And I said, "This is what that tweet meant, and this is what it was in context." And Ethan Ralph read it. He found the tweet and read it aloud, and it pretty much exactly bore up to what I was saying it was. And I said, "You want to apologize now?" And he said, "Fuck you!" And then it was it was funny. I mean, these guys, again, if there is a weird conspiracy going on with these people that I have too much testosterone to comprehend.
I just saw the one guy. He was like, "You've only got 17 pages done."
That was the same guy.
He showed him the whole book.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting that. I don't know why you would use that. I've shown that book now 4 or 5 times, so I don't know why you would go with that line. You know what I mean? Unless you didn't know that I had that book ready to show, because you just fucking owned yourself in front of everybody. You have to know I've got the book. It's it's sitting here. We've already gone through it a million times.
It's not coming out, Ethan. Everybody knows that. It's a scam.
Yeah, you got to find something else. I mean, you got to find a different line of attack, I think. But I wanted Yellow Flash to come on with me because Yellow Flash watches those guys.
I just don't have a DLive account.
I tried to. It just wasn't working out for me. So, it's like Kyung and Elliot, or they've got shows over there and stuff. Or I don't even know if Kyung streams over there anymore. I was like, everybody was streaming over there, and then they was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. So I don't know.
All right, let's see. Angry Liquid said, EVS, I saw on Twitter you say something about the writing of Cyberfrog that you will get clobbered by SJWs because of it. My question is, how good you think the Cyberfrog story is? Have you had anyone read it yet, or anyone give you notes? I read it. I had an editor read it, and I had other people read it, and I've received really. Zach read it, and he said it's not my thing. I don't like the monster shit. So I haven't really gotten any criticism. Billy Tucci has a copy of it, and I'm waiting for his review. Other than that, no, nobody's read it. I think it's good, but I just think it's too short. It spends a lot of time talking about the origin and setting things up, and then I wish it could be 100 pages longer, but it can't because nobody would let me do that. Everybody's like, get this book out, release the book, Ethan. Okay, I'm releasing the book. It's just not. It's not as much story as I hoped that it would be, and that I just have to save it for the next issue, right, Flash?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't. I think you just wanted it to be too perfect, and it's never going to be perfect.
Well, it is perfect, but I mean, it's not like it's not as long as I want it to be. Antonio knows what that's like. I mean.
Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Are you seeing the plethora of news talking about how comics are done?
Yeah,
watching this. Tim Keeley came out saying we failed boys, and DC Comics. I think a lot of you guys are missing what they're going to probably do to DC Comics, and that's spin them off into their own company. I don't think they're going to shut down DC Comics. I think they're going to spin DC Comics off into its own business. Well, they'll just say, "Okay, go do comics," and they won't be really attached. They'll be like loosely affiliated. It's like when the auto companies restructured, they spun off all of their parts, and all they did was assemble cars. So what they'll do is they'll just let them be their own little brand. They'll of course own the movies and the stuff, and DC Comics will just make comics, which will probably lead to their downfall without all that residual income.
I don't know if that's. I don't think that's what's going to happen, because the problem is that the characters, Warner Brothers and definitely AT&T, they want the characters.
Well, they already own them, right?
They own them, so they're not going to.
But they can spin off the comics brand into its own thing.
I don't know how they would do that.
They just spin them off into their own. I need somebody that really knows like business to come on here and explain, because I don't.
But I mean, they did that with DreamWorks. DreamWorks Animation spun off from regular DreamWorks.
Yeah,
they created a separate unit for them that they were listed separately, and that way they could sell those assets off separately. But I think Superman and Batman are too lucrative licensing wise to just.
Well, they would still own the rights to the movies. DC, Marvel Studios and Marvel Entertainment are two different brands.
They're not going to. I don't think they're going to just look. I mean, DC Comics can't stay afloat on its own. What I'm saying, Yellow Flash, is that probably the way DC is looking at this right now, they're aware that they're going to die. You're seeing all of the signs of this happen right now. You're seeing Jim Lee kind of pull back, and sort of Jim Lee doesn't really care that much. I mean, he doesn't. As I said last night, it was very interesting. Dan DiDio finally got married, and he's been dating his girlfriend for 15 years, and he finally got married. What does that tell you? When you really look at a guy who's like, pushing 60, I guess, I don't know how old he is. He gets married to his girlfriend. The comic book industry is the way it is. What do you think that says about Dan? What do you think he knows that we don't know?
Ready to retire.
Ready to retire. Yeah, and he wouldn't let go of DC Comics. DC Comics would let go of him. So he's getting ready to just settle down, enjoy his parachute, and enjoy his family. DC Comics is right now freaking out left and right These are not the actions of a company that's going to find itself independent. That isn't going to happen. Dan DiDio calls out speculator marketing driving appearance of healthy industry. Dan is right now. This is what's happening. Dan is saying we have to pull back. We have to pull back. And then we have Marvel Comics freaking out and just doing, a million variants. DC's doing variants. People don't realize how bad it is. And this is funny. You see these SJWs all the time talking about how, what are you talking about? Comics, they're doing fine. They're selling great.
Yeah, the manga comics are selling great.
Yeah, of course. Manga's doing great right now. Manga is the future, I think, of sequential art. It's just so. But our superhero industry is dead, and it's dead for a lot of reasons. But SJW certainly just shove it into its grave. In a move that we have to admit is pretty shocking, DC publisher Dan DiDio, more than 6 years since we launched the Has DC Done Something Stupid Today website, has finally come out and said something pretty damn smart. Echoing all the points they've been making for years here, Bleeding Cool, before that at the Outhouse, DiDio called out speculator marketing and other gimmickry used by comic book publishers. These are scams. You want to talk about grifting? These SJWs calling Comicsgate grifters? The entire comic book industry is one grift after the next. And the prey is not you. It's not you, the fan. It's these retailers, these small mom and pop businesses that basically get stuck with this shit. It's predatory publishing. And at this point, DC Comics, I guess, sees no reason to not just come out and say it and get ahead of it, at least morally and ethically, because they're just as guilty of it as anyone. DiDio's comments, he says, where my concern comes from is more about the over-reliance on nostalgia, bullshit, speculator marketing, there you go, variant covers, and a lot of things that seem to be driving numbers and sales to give the appearance of a healthy industry. But it's not built on the ongoing success of the individual titles in order to keep those numbers successful and maintained. If we're creating these artificial highs on a continual basis, if something pulls that apart, does it break the infrastructure overall? And how do we change these buying patterns in that fashion to build something that's more healthy business going forward? Look, fire everybody. Dan, at this point, if I were to take charge of DC Comics, I would fire 90% of the staff and cancel 80% of the books.
Damn.
And we would be slimmed down, and we would try to be self-sufficient. You've got too much stuff going on. Same thing with Marvel Comics, same thing with IDW, same thing with all of these companies right now that are just fucking up it. It's the end of the world, and they are behaving selfishly. They're looting. Yellow Flash, would you call this looting?
Well, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're just coming in there and trying to make it their own thing.
They're trying to get whatever they can get out of these small, independent mom and pop businesses, these retailers, before they have to shutter the blinds.
I don't feel too bad for most of them, though, because they really have all the power and they just keep buying it. And then look what they did with a lot of people's books. Like, yeah, I'm not going to carry that Jawbreakers book.
Yeah.
That book's hateful and bigoted. And that's going against what their customers would want. There's 2 or 3 comic shops. I've got recorded footage from one that somebody sent me that I never came out with, where they're asking him, hey, you're going to carry that Jawbreakers book? He's like, no, that's a bigoted book.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, we can do, what we're doing, other people are going to push towards. Anyone who survives the comic book apocalypse is going to have to do what Comicsgate does. And by the way, there are people out there that are like, why can't you just admit that Comicsgate is dead? How could Comicsgate be dead right now when the entire industry is collapsing and we're the only ones who are healthy? How could it? On the stream tonight, some complete and total buffoon said 90% of the pros have left because of you. They jumped out of the lifeboats. There's room for others. If that were the case, and it certainly isn't, they jumped out of the lifeboats. This is it. This is the answer. This is what comics will be from here on out. DC's gone, and people go, what about digital? It got Jim Lee here. DC's digital comic sales plateauing and disheartening, says Jim Lee. Some people go, the future isn't digital. Bullshit. I see my royalties. I know. I still get royalties from DC. I know how digital books are selling. They're not really doing that well.
They're too expensive. They shouldn't be the same price as a print book.
No, I wouldn't think so. But they have to be. I mean, everything is a scam. These digital books, it's not something you can sell. If I can't sell it, I don't own it. That's why digital isn't working. People figure that out. How do I sell these quote unquote comics that I'm buying and putting on my iPad? So, what do you think of this, Antonio? Am I wrong?
No, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely more into physical. That's, I had the opportunity to speak to Jeff Smith earlier, and that's one of the things we were talking about actually, where he came in early in the game and started collecting his books and selling them in trade paperback before a lot of people were, and he's reprinted one volume of Bone 25 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's 25 different. So I'm like, he keeps reprinting that and recycling that money, because I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's, by the way, Robert Kirkman said the same thing to me. And I'm going to do the same thing with Cyberpunk Blood Honey. I mean, what did I sell? Like 17,000 copies? Do you think that's all the people that want to read that book? I mean, I'm going to have to keep reprinting it and, putting it out in various ways to reach a new audience and grow that franchise. Just like Bone did, people wake up to this and they realize, hey, I want to get in on this too. Walking Dead was a big one. He made like $1 million on the first issue of The Walking Dead. Within its first 3 reprints. That's substantial. It's great. Orbital 1970 Goat says Amazon should buy DC to bolster their streaming content and compete with Disney. Could also cheaply distribute with physical books. Well, no, that's what AT&T did. The entire reason why AT&T purchased Time Warner was because the two companies are both terribly badly in debt to the tune of tens and tens of billions of dollars. So they joined forces, AT&T and Time Warner, because their ad revenue on television is dying. Television's dying too. Television won't be around in 15 years. It's going to be all streaming. Everything's going to be streaming services. So they want the Warner Brothers brand. They want the DC characters. AT&T wants this stuff to make streaming content out of it. They just don't want the comic books. They don't. Who wants comic books now? It's like we've moved forward to automobiles, and we're sitting here going, no, but these horse and buggies, they're, we're still trying to sell horse and buggies. It's it isn't the future. So, I mean, it will be. There are people will always want to buy comics. It's just be a smaller niche audience, and you just have to market them properly. Comicsgate's going to get rich on comics.
I like the niche. I like that word, niche.
Brie Larson says Ethan is an incel. Thanks, Brie. I feel like an incel.
Excelsior.
Yeah. So Jim Lee's upset. He's like, look, the streaming stuff or the digital stuff just isn't working anymore. It ain't working. Nobody's buying it. We thought people were going to buy it, and they're not.
It's too expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, look at so they have a Jump Force app. It's $2 a month, and you get pretty much every single manga that they've ever published at your fingertips to read. I mean, that's a good deal. It needs to be something like that. If you were to charge me $10 a month for every single DC comic book ever made, and the new ones coming out, I would pay that. That'd get me on board. How much? Like $10 or something.
Oh, I think it's $10,000. Okay, yeah.
No, $10 I think would be a good price.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost signed up for Marvel's service, and I was like, every individual issue was like $3.99, $4.99. I was like, it's digital. Yeah. Why the hell would I pay that for a digital book?
It's too much.
I buy Walking Dead digitally because I used to. Because I don't want it. It's like I just want to read it. It's like a newspaper. That's the thing. These things are newspapers that you read them and you're done with them. You read them once. So, that's what Walking Dead is to me anyway. But most comics, people want to own them, and hang on to them. Mighty Thor, thank you for joining. New member. Appreciate you.
Oh, they gave me that membership stuff on my small channel. It's like, thanks.
They did?
on the small channel. It's like, thanks a lot. This really helps me.
Mike's got it. Mike S. Miller has it. And I'm like, how do you have it? Like, you don't have that many subs. Antonio has more subs than you do.
Oh,
I thought you had to have 30,000 to have it. I don't get what's going on.
Yeah.
I think
my second channel doesn't even have 30,000 subs. It's like 29,000 something.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what YouTube's doing. I don't want Mike to be able to get members.
That's some funny icons. I saw that.
Yeah, he does have good icons. Let me read some super chats here and see what people have to say to Yellow Flash. Are webcomics safe from the industry crash? Yes. Let's see. Nice appearance on Killstream EVS. Got my Vampy 3 covers today, says Unhinged Crank. Unfortunately, the package was thin and the comics had spine crimps. Okay, yeah, that's easy to do. Just email me at Ethan, ETHAN 12032, and at gmail.com, and send me pictures of that. Send me your name and your address and what your order number was, and I will get replacements right out to you.
Yay.
Yeah. Let's see. Men of Sex says, I almost feel bad for Rumble owning himself. People hate Rumble Terrier. Man of Sex says, can I get some of that 17-page Chromium scratch?
Rumble Terrier, I looked at his social blade. The dude tweets like over 100 times a day. So
most of it's about me.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean,
I said that on Killstream. I'm like, you know what? Like, you talk about me more than I talk about me, and I talk about myself a lot.
All of those cherries are on Twitter all day. They have like that Midnight Cherry guy. He tweets over 200 times a day.
What is that dude's deal?
In fact, since April, because I went and looked at this thing, it wasn't updated enough because no one's looking at him. When I went and looked at his social blade for Twitter, it added him to the thing, which means no one had ever checked. And it said join, because I guess he's had multiple accounts. I think Pando told me that over multiple accounts. And he signed up with that account that he has now in April. He's tweeted over 3,000 times since April.
These guys are such douchebags. I miss War Campaign. I really do. I miss War Campaign.
Guys got to make amends, man. Guys got to make amends.
Yeah. I see it for what I see what happened now. I didn't see it clearly, Yellow Flash. Now I'm seeing it clearly. I see what's going on. There's a weird conspiracy afoot, and I'm just a normal guy. I don't know gay ops. I'm not paying attention to gay ops, and there's gay ops everywhere, and nobody warns me about it.
Shouldn't it be LBGTQ ops?
I think that's just because that has dignity.
Oh, okay.
Gay ops.
I don't even know where the origin of the name gay ops comes from.
I think just Medicare. I think
it could be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know what that is and what it's for. Somebody who's asking me, what is this? What is this? I'm like, I didn't come up with it. And they tried to research the origins and couldn't find it, only what the definition is.
It's now internet slang. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It means something. Until they come up with a better term for it, it's gay ops, because it literally means a bunch of weirdos on the internet getting together and conspiring to do damage to somebody, and to create a campaign of lies and disinformation, to harass, to get people to platform, to dox them. That is what gay ops are. And I don't know. You know what it is when you hear it. So, but that's what's going on. There's a lot of just goofy shit. I mean, guys, I'm just a dude trying to sell your comics for you. I'm just trying to make my own comics sell. I'm trying to make a good living for myself and my family. I don't want to hurt nobody. I want to help people. Like, literally, there's no one that I want to hurt. The SJWs like Tim Doyle and those people, I don't want to hurt them either. I just want to ignore them. But I mean, everyone who is sort of Comicsgate adjacent, I want to see you guys succeed. I want to help you. And, I feel like you guys are kicking me down because you're jealous. And you're saying, well, you shouldn't have this big platform because we were here first. I thought you guys were conservatives. This is the fucking free market. What do you think? What do you think? I bought these fans?
Is it true that Tim Doyle filed a police report on you?
I don't know. I hope so.
Do they contact you when that happens? I don't know.
The cops could contact me. They could show up. I would really enjoy that if the cops came over. Tim Doyle. But no, he says he did. You know what? I did a quick internet search and I couldn't figure out how to do it. I was like, could I find a record of a police report? I couldn't figure out how to do that. Didn't have enough information. But yeah, it'd be funny if he did. You know, I had a good laugh about that. I was going to make a video. Zach said, please make a video called My Stalker Called the Police on Me. And I said, wow.
You can make a couple of My Stalker videos. I've noticed certain people have become quite obsessed with the EVS over the last few weeks.
If you make that video, I'll make a thumbnail for you with I can give you you arresting him, and there's thumbnails I like to make. And I'll put his head on the guy getting arrested.
I just want him to go away. I mean, look, we're doing so well. I don't want to fight with people. I mean, made $1 million last year. I want to make $1 million this year. And I want other people along with me to do well. I feel like I can use this platform to help people. I want comics to succeed. I want Comicsgate to succeed. Why so much resistance? Am I that despicable? What about me is despicable? What do you hate so much that you can't work with me? Let me help you. Help me to help you. What?
It's the frog season. They don't like the frogs.
Why? I love frogs.
Yeah, but they don't love frogs.
The idea that I would use War Campaign to police my fans is extremely offensive.
I used to hear stuff. Like I said, you sound like a Bond villain. The stuff people would send me, they would you're like finding out people's jobs and different things like that. I was like, oh wow, okay.
I don't do that. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. People say he's self-centered and yet obsessed with us. I'm self-centered. You got it right. I think mostly about me, and I don't have time to think about other people, except when it comes to this. All I want to do, because it makes me feel good about myself. And also, it makes me, when I help other people succeed, I think it makes me more infuriating to SJWs. So it's like, well, we tried to destroy him, and now look, like he's making other people who we would consider to be alt-right Nazis. He's making them lots of money, and we hate this guy even more. I don't want to fight with anybody. The only people I want to fight with are SJWs and Yellow Flash. Flash, what happened to your intro?
Oh, UMD got me. I saw they got you too.
They did?
On a couple of your videos, yeah. It says UMD claimed it. Did you not see your emails?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they're taking some of your videos too.
These sons of bitches. Well, they're welcome to the pennies that my videos make now that I've already, exploited them.
Well, I think they've changed. They're not taking your whole channel. They did take my whole channel. That what they've been doing is taking the top residual videos. Mm-hmm. The videos that are making a couple of dollars every month. They're going in and taking those. So, but there's a new tool. They have to timestamp it and ask me, do you want to replace the song? And so I just put generic free copyright YouTube music on there. And I think that released it. I'm not sure. I didn't go back and check. But I've been going through all my videos and cutting it out and shit.
I'm not going to do any of that, Every now and then I would get a little claim for my hello, I started this gangsta. Every now and then I'd get a claim for that, and I'd be like, all right. Like it would happen one out of 100 times.
That's UMD doing it. They're claiming your top residual videos.
Well, I didn't get any notification of that, and if they do, like I said, they're welcome to them. Most of my money, YouTube money, comes from live streams. It comes from Man of Sex joining my channel. Thank you, Man of Sex. And who else joined my channel? Lance Childers, welcome. Thank you for joining. That is where most of my income from YouTube comes from. Every now and then I'll make a good Brie Larson video that does well. I made a Brie Larson video that made $3,000.
Wow, that's nice.
And people go, why do they do this? Why are they just picking on Brie Larson? Because everybody hates her and everybody watches those videos, and I'm telling you, they make mad residuals, ad revenue. crazy. So when you see people obsessing over Brie Larson, it's because they make a lot of money. And if you get one that's just right, a great thumbnail. And by the way, I don't make, that isn't that much. Other people have made much, much more at it. Why wouldn't you? Because I hate Brie Larson. I'm not lying. I can't stand that woman. I would make tons of videos about her. But why wouldn't you do that? And I watch other people with their like an entire page worth of like Brie Larson hate. All they're doing is responding to the news articles that come out. The news articles about Brie Larson. You just make videos of those. Everybody is exploiting the hatred of Brie Larson.
Oh yeah, nobody likes her. She's not a very likable person. They're gonna run the MCU into the ground if they think that she's gonna be the next Chris Evans.
No, I know. Ren Wesley says, what could Brie do to make you like her?
Quit.
No. And a whole attitude change. I'd like to see a little humility.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, but that's what's likable in people. It's like sometimes, I think she approaches people she disagrees with hostility. And you don't need to do that right away. We don't know who you are. I didn't know who Brie Larson was until she told me she didn't want me in her press pool. And then I went.
She's full on SJW.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they replaced her with Monica. I guess Monica's going to be on WandaVision.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to do the now they're doing the future is female. The MCU is going to die. Without Iron Man, without the Hulk, without the Captain America, Thor, these characters aren't going to work. These movies aren't going to work. I think they really overestimate the charm that they have without these characters. If Thor and Hulk, Captain America, Spider-Man, if these characters are not in there, these movies are going to bomb.
I don't get why they're doing female Thor. Like Chris Hemsworth wants to keep doing Thor. He's never been like, I just don't want to do this character anymore. He's like, keep signing me up. And now they're just going to go ahead and replace him. This makes no sense to me.
He's still going to be there from what I was hearing. Yeah, he's still going to be there, but it's just they're going to just like he still existed. The Thor character, the male Thor character, still existed in the comics. They just soyed him up a little bit.
He was the unworthy Thor.
They should really make him.
He rode a cow or an ox or something.
Yeah,
it was. I didn't like that. It's like he should always be worthy. But he's different in the movies. In the movies, he doesn't even need the hammer. He just uses it to regulate his power. Mm-hmm. So, and the hammer got destroyed. So I'm like wondering how they're going to do this at all.
It's back now. Time travel.
Yeah. No, Captain America took it back at the end of the movie. He had it on the little platform with him.
Yeah, that's right. They did take it back.
Yeah.
Hey, I see you, Squall Lionheart. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. They should make him a frog Thor. Is what they should do. They should do the Walt Simonson frog Thor, and that's why we need female Thor. That would be fun. I don't know if they're going to do that. Like if he's a frog, he can't be Thor. So we gotta make his girlfriend into Thor for a little while. I would enjoy that. Thor the Unworthy, that sucks balls. We can't do that. That doesn't make any sense.
I did see they were going to use that one villain, the God Butcher. That I know some people like that story with that particular Thor villain, the God Butcher. I saw that they were maybe talking about using the God Butcher in the movie. So
that'd be cool. I'm open to it. I guess I'm open to it. I just don't think it's going to work. Super Anime Gamer 1 says, since Captain Marvel and the Love and Thunder announcements, I'm thinking Disney actually engineered current Marvel. What do you think will happen to them? Been watching you since 10K subs. Love you, EVS. Hey, thank you. They're going to lose money. Yeah, I mean, they're going to lose money. They have not learned their lesson from Star Wars. God, it would be nice if the world worked the way SJWs want it to work, but it just doesn't work that way. And you can explain it to them, and they go, "But that's not fair." Flash. They go, "But action figures of women should sell just as well to little boys as action figures."
None of them were interested in battle action Rose Tico.
I would be.
Star Wars. Yeah, Star Wars breaks my heart though. That used to be whenever they have a new Star Wars movie, that was the midnight premiere for me. I'd be with some friends and we'd be going to the midnight premiere. the last few after I watched The Last Jedi, you know, when Solo came out, that was straight to video. And I think I'm going this Rise of the Skywalkers. I'm not going to the midnight premiere on this either. This will be a home video.
I'm curious about it. I don't know if I'm going to go or not. I guess I got to go. I think I have to go, but
it's ridiculous. Do you this Ray lifts the Death Star above Jakku? What are they thinking? So now she's a god.
Yeah, it's stupid. Welcome Hell is a new member. Welcome. Also, boy, I'm getting a lot of new members. Welcome Squall Lionheart, and thank you for joining. Yeah, I liked your comment in the chat earlier. Thanks for becoming a member. I just want to have more members than Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers, you know. And I told him I did. He said I have a little more than 100. I said I got like 570, you know. So he's like, "How you doing that?" I'm like, "Just asking people to join." Professor Geek says, "Thanks for all you do, Uncle E. We appreciate you." And hi, Antonio and Yellow Flash.
Oh, Professor Geek, did you hear what happened to him?
No.
Oh my God! So he's up there with Zach now, and at the Elvira, right? So there's an Elvira, Mistress of the Dark comic book, and the writer wrote him in to the book and made him a villain. Called him like Professor or Bully Geek or something.
Are you sure it was him?
Yeah, it was him. He's got 2 videos on. Go watch the video. It's just like they did the Doug Ernst now. Eat My Ass, Bemis. Put him in Moon Knight. But he's got Professor Bully Geek in the Elvira comic, and he's got him like in this car, and he even does a play on the mustard and bigotry thing. It was a direct attack on the guy, and he's like giving the book like solid reviews and told people to buy it for like 7 issues, and then on issue 8 they put him in there as a villain. He's in like hell and getting tortured by demons.
He's the nicest guy. Why would they do that to him?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's nuts.
I don't get it. Screw
that
them.
Note, back Tales from the Stacks on Indiegogo. So,
you know, and Dynamite doesn't know that goes on. You know, that happens mostly to Dynamite comics for some reason.
I think that is a Dynamite comic.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't know. Like, it's like they don't know what the SJWs are doing. They're using their books to, like, you know, who did they tell, like, in another language, they told somebody to suck their dick or something like that? What was that? Was that Captain Cummings or somebody? I can't remember, but it was in a Dynamite book. New member, welcome.
Oh, they did that to Crazy John.
John Delarose. Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll carry on then.
He blocked me again after he went on I guess he released some big conspiracy theory thing, and then he blocked me again. I think he just loses his meds or something.
We had, like, every now and then we'll have a talk. I don't think he's a real person. Every now and then we'll have a nice talk where, like, we come to terms with things. I'm like, we don't have to agree, but I said to him, you know, you are a leading voice in Comicsgate, and you know what you think people listen to you. So, you know, you need to. I can't remember what I said, but anyway, he walked away from that and he posted, "I really like Ethan Van Sciver," and then, like, I was like, "Oh, cool, okay." Me and John Delarose are allies, you know, if not friends. And then he immediately did some stupid shit again. And,
yeah,
I mean,
we were all right too.
It's like, I think he's just fucking around. I'm like, you're not really serious about being, like, you know, cool. Like, you're gonna find out what it's like to be cool and then decide you'd rather be an asshole, and then that's what you do.
Yeah, he blocked me again, and then I got told he was begging Renfamous to unblock him.
Yeah, he, like, loves his connection with Renfamous. Like, what a slimy little worm. Like, you know, oh, I'm cool with Renfamous. You're not cool with Renfamous. You know, she sees you as a tool. She sees you as what the commies used to call a useful idiot. And you'd be aware of that. Like, why do that? Why can't we all team up?
Well, I think he's banking on selling, like, what's that crybaby? The guy who's always going at you on Twitter, the new guy, Preston.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's trying to do that model where he's like trying to sell to the cherries.
There aren't that many of them, though. It's a good model. It's a good idea to try to do that. Like, if there was a big, like, groundswell of anti-EVS feeling, I can see that. I can see maybe trying that out. But these guys have 150 subscribers. You know, that's what they max out at, and I think a few of them are actually friendly to me. So you're looking at Comic Book Hut, do it. You know,
the thing with the cherries is they tweet so much as they seem like they're more than they are. I mean, these people are tweeting 200, 300 times a day per person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that's too much.
Yeah, I don't understand whether they have time for work or I don't know what they do. Oh, Comic Book Hut, man, that guy's obsessed with you. And I don't know what his beef with Richard is. Richard has put out 3 books.
I don't like, he hates us all. And the thing about Comic Book Hut is that here's what it was. Like, I liked him. Like, I was like, oh, this guy's interesting.
Yeah, I was on a stream with him. You had a stream and he was on. Yeah, so
remember he was wearing, like, he looked like the Hamburglar. He turned on his camera. He had a mask on. Like, it wasn't cool. Like when Narwhal does it, he had a mask and a scarf wrapped around his big fat chubby face and big thick pudgy nose. And he looked so funny. And I said, turn your camera off. Don't just turn your camera. You can be an icon. You don't have to show your face. If you're so worried about hiding your identity that you've dressed like the Hamburglar, you can leave your camera off. And I think that was then he came back a couple more times, and each time he couldn't get his equipment to work.
Did you see the picture of him though? He looks like there's crazy in those eyes. There's legit crazy in his eyes. I've got the still picture of him from Cecil's interview with the Hut.
Yeah.
And that guy
looks crazy. I just think he looks like a mama's boy.
Here, I'll post the pic. Do you want the picture?
Yeah, go ahead. You want to put it up?
Can I put it up? I don't know how to do that.
So you can do share screen.
Yeah, you can do share screen.
You know,
I'll just tweet it at you.
No, don't tweet it at me. Just show it. Put it up on your screen, and hit. Are you afraid of being seen somehow or something?
I don't have a webcam, so.
Oh, then you should.
Hold on. I'm gonna tweet it out on my phone so I can pull it up on Twitter.
Okay. Orbital 70 Goat says, you've made it when you become a comic book villain. There you go, Professor Geek. Welcome, Carmine, by the way. Thank you for joining. New member. Yeah, I look at Comic Book Hut. He's got new content. It's all appealing stuff. You know, he's doing good. He's doing good Weekly World News, like National Enquirer style shit, like hate videos. The problem is there aren't enough people that also hate us that don't also hate him. You know what I mean? Like he's treading a fine line. He's not marketing to SJWs. He's marketing to comic skaters who have fallen off, and that's not that many people. I know it seems like it because you're on Twitter and you're like, comic skate is falling apart. It's not. It's not. I have 17,000 backers. I have 132,000 subscribers. It's not. Richard C. Meyer just made $206,000 on in the first month of his new book. So I wouldn't worry about that. I would worry about trying to find the biggest audience possible.
Is that working?
I'm on my Twitter. I'm looking for.
I think I screen shared it.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let me. Where did I? How come I lost this? Everything's a pain in the balls. Oh, there it is. Add to screen. Yeah, there it is. Okay. There he is. And when I said he looked like the Hamburglar, I wasn't wrong. Like, I wasn't lying. Like, you wouldn't think that I was being unkind when I said this guy goes robble robble.
Look at his. Can you not see the crazy in those eyes?
Yeah, I never noticed them before, but yeah. So this is Comic Book Hut. And he does daily, like 6 videos a day hating on us. And it's all bullshit.
He's also a Crip, right? It looks like he's Crip set, man. Throw your sets up, baby.
Yeah, he'd be a Crip, I guess, with the blue bandana.
People are asking, is that the Comic Book Hut? Yes, that is the Comic Book Hut.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna ride on the set while he there, man. You know that.
Look, you see in the corner Mets championship.
He loves the Mets. He's a big New York, like he's proud of being a New Yorker. And there are things that I like about him, but he is a goofball. When I actually saw him, I was like, oh man. People see me and they're disappointed with the way I look. Like people think I sound like I'm 25, and then they see I'm an old bald man and they're like, oh fuck. That was a similar thing with me and comic book cut because I don't know why. I thought he was going to look different. I shouldn't have thought that. But I mean, look, if you're going to, you don't have to do this. This makes you look stupid. Just be an icon on the screen like Yellow Flash is. Nobody knows what Yellow Flash looks like, and nobody cares. You know. God, that's embarrassing.
I don't know what he was thinking there.
I don't either, but I think so what do you think what do you think we did that pissed him off? Like, what do you think it was that
you went against Dr. Timothy Lynn, the good doctor?
I didn't go against Tim Lim.
Well, that's his thing. This whole he's got like a big boner for Timothy Lynn. Like he's a doctor and he saves people.
You had Cecil in here.
Yeah, Cecil's stream was the best.
Oh,
his interview with the Hut.
Yeah, that was so funny. And Cecil, did we lose Yellow Flash? We did. There you go. We'll add him back.
Okay.
Cecil's whole thing. I removed your image from the screen, and then you went too, which was weird.
Oh, I was trying to take the screen share off. I don't know the StreamYard, so
I'm getting used to it. It's actually really easy and convenient. I gotta say.
I want to stream tomorrow, so I got to set up Streamlabs again and shit. I've been lazy.
Why not just do StreamYard? It takes 2 seconds. It's the same thing as Google Hangouts. It's just really easy.
Well, Streamlabs is nice. I want to set that up in general because if people donate to your Streamlabs, you get 100% of that or something like 99%. Versus
it goes through PayPal, right?
Yeah, it goes through PayPal, I believe. You get like you lose like 1% of it. I think they take.
Yeah.
Whereas YouTube takes their humongous cut.
I wonder how much I've lost over the past year and a half of being a YouTuber. How much money YouTube has thrown away or taken away from me. Amateur Ant says $5. For $5, he says Uncle E needs hair plugs to combat that retreating hairline. Yeah, we thought about it. I kind of decided not to. It would be too vain. I don't want to be vain. I don't want to be some dickhead who doesn't accept that he's getting too older. That's the thing. It's there's a little bit of fur on the top here, and then I'm just gonna be bald. I take comfort in Tony Soprano. I look at Tony Soprano and go, that guy's badass, and he went bald the same exact way. So that's cool with me. What do you think of that, Yellow Flash?
I think just getting older, man.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it so much.
No, there's too much good stuff going on. I don't care how it look. What am I trying to attract young chippies?
Yeah, you're wifed up and shit, so
I'm not worried about it, right?
Yeah.
I got the beautiful Andrea, She is
hanging out at Grease Lightning concerts and shit.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah, we have fun. We're going to see at the end of the month we have front row tickets to go see Hall & Oates. And like, who would go see Hall & Oates? I'm like, I saw them and I went, you know what the thing about Hall & Oates is? I don't really like them, but I don't hate them either. And I know every single one of their songs by heart because radio played that shit to death. And when it was on, you went, when is this going to be over? Like every single time. You would listen to the radio in the 80s and it would be like, oh, here she comes.
I'll go to that concert.
I mean, it's like you would go to that concert, but you know every single song by heart, and you don't like any of them, really. But
they have a lot of radio hits.
Yeah, when you listen to even when the '90s and 2000s come, they'd be like classic radio, and it would be all Hall & Oates songs.
Yeah,
yeah. So there you go.
Matthew Carpenter says, "I'm not oily. Well, yeah, I am kind of oily. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, he's like he's pretty oily. What do you want from me, guys? I'm under lights. Kiss on My List is a good song. Remember when Ro Kabir Kumar told that story about being in a bathroom stall at the airport and somebody shook his penis off into the stall next to him and a drop of urine landed?
Oh,
ew.
Yeah.
Why do you love Ro Kabir? Because he told me that story, and then everybody started singing "Cause my piss is on your lips." That was the shit. What do you do? Like when somebody's next to you and they're wagging their floppy penis off into a men's room stall, and you're right next to them, and a drop of urine lands on your lips. Like you got to be like this. You got to be like, and you got to walk over to the sink and scrub your head. Like your instinct would be to go. That would be your instinct, because if a raindrop falls on your mouth or something like that, if there's like lemonade or something on you go and take it off. But that's somebody's pee. So you got to be very, very careful about that, and you got to go all the way to the sink.
I think I would throw the shoes away.
The shoes too?
Yeah, you can buy shoes in most airports, I think, right? Most of them have little malls, so.
Why would you throw the shoes away if you had pee on your lip?
Oh, you said the dude peed on his shoe.
No, on his face, on his lip.
Splash. Just a little splash. Just a drop.
Yeah, think about, like when you're done peeing, women don't know this, but when men are finished peeing, first of all, you get the pee shivers. Do you guys go ooh like this when you're done peeing? And you have to shake it off, because a couple drops will end up in your underpants otherwise. So you're shaking it off. Now, this guy, he was shaking it off, and the pee flew, boom, and Rokabir's over here. But Rokabir's over here. Pee flew off his penis, hit Ro. He got a little residual right in the mouth.
I think you immediately hit the sink.
You got to, but I mean, you got to be careful with your face not to get it in your mouth any further, Shane Na says, how hard was he shaking? I don't know. When I think about that, I think it's like I picture, when I'm picturing this man's penis, I'm picturing it to be long and thick, and the kind of thing like if you shook it, you lose control of it a little bit.
Pause.
Okay, go ahead. Am I wrong?
You said when I picture and I was like,
Well, when I hear this story, I got to picture how this would happen, and hey, do you know what the pee shivers are? Do you know what that is? There's an actual name for it. It is the shock. It is your body enduring the shock of urine leaving your body, and men go, you shiver a little bit.
I don't think I've ever paid too much attention to it.
No, you don't think about it, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
It feels more like relief.
Yeah. It is. You know what else is a relief? Me being done with the Killstream. And by the way, Medicare did not come, and I didn't have to explain. This to him from the Amazing Adam, Saint Adam the Doomslayer Cherries. Now this guy
crazy. That guy's legit crazy.
Yeah, he is. He's waiting for Medicare to. These guys fantasize about Medicare coming and taking me out. Like me and Medicare, we're okay. I think, and I honestly think, the idea that Medicare is going to do the bidding of the Amazing Adam. But anyway, he says, Mr. Anti-Bully, hey, I was Comicsgate. There's an eternal threat called War Campaign. I am not lying. I criticize. I am not lying is in there. I criticized Ethan Van Sciver and his gay little group. They stole $421 from my bank account and spent it on a Twitch thought. My best friend and I did a video criticizing them.
See, I don't think he gets that. He would probably not want Jim to know his channel because his craziness is exactly the kind of stuff he likes to make fun of.
Jim would love the Amazing Adam, but I love this thing now. The Amazing Adam thinks that these are all these people, all these cherries. I can't get them out of my life. I want them out. This guy thinks that war campaigners, at my behest, I don't know if he thinks this. Actually, I know he doesn't think this, but this is his story. He got his credit card bill, or somebody got the credit card bill, and there was apparently $421 that was spent on a hooker on the internet.
Nice.
Now, what is
they charge it to the Amazing Adam?
Well, no. I mean, look. So your mom sees the credit card bill, and she sees that $421 has been spent on a hooker. And what is your story? But Ethan Van Sciver did it. I mean, that Ethan Van Sciver stole my credit card and spent it on a hooker on the internet using War Campaign.
Oh, on a cam girl.
Yeah.
Okay. I could see Amazing Adam sitting in a Twitch chat saying, show me those boobies or something. Or do you think he was on the actual cam girl sites?
I don't know what the difference is. I'm not a pornographer.
Twitch is like PG-13 cam girls, and then you go into like there's Chatterbait.
Yeah, I actually know all this stuff. This is great.
So I got
Chatterbait is a full-blown Twitch with girl. It's like Twitch, on Twitch some people play video games and then some girls just talk, and like Chatterbait's pretty much Twitch, and it's just girls masturbating.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. Yeah.
called Chatterbait.
Yeah,
Chatterbait.
Chatterbait, MiniVids, OnlyFans. Yeah.
And what do you do? It's like you just watch girls masturbate.
Well, there's lonely dudes in there trying to talk to them too. You know?
Yeah, you can talk to them and stuff. Yeah.
They want to be talked to when they're doing that. I would think they would want me to be quiet, So,
but see, there's one, and I go in, I've gone in there, and they've got, like, you can pay a little extra, and, like, say they're playing with the machine or whatever, and you can, like, super chat them or whatever, and it'll give them, like, a little buzz to stimulate the machine. It's that kind of deal. It's very interactive.
Yeah, you give them a token. And they go, ding, ding. And they go, oh.
What?
yeah, trust me. But see, that's the thing. I own my perversion. That's why I do sexy parties. So
you've been there. You've done this.
Oh, I've done all that shit, man. Cam girls, all the Instagram thoughts. I love skeezers, man. Get it. And they be making money, man. All them chicks. And I was like, oh, man, I love it. But then there's a couple of them that's out here on the struggle, and I see them, like, they'll set up a page, because some of them have started switching over to Patreon now. And I'm like, okay, you got like 10,000 people following you on Instagram, and I'm looking on your Patreon, and you got somebody giving you like $11 a month for the whole month. So that's telling me that your sexual, selling your clips and everything is not working if you can only raise $11 a month. It's not
Some
good.
of them make really big money. Look at that Delphine. And she doesn't even get naked. And she's making $100,000 a year on Patreon or something, like a month or something, like big money.
I follow, especially on Instagram. I follow a lot of those cam girls and stuff, man. I was like, yeah, I want to have.
Why do you follow cam girls? I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't. That's the thing, though. I grew up in the hood. I grew up.
They're real. It's more real than like porn. Like
no. But see, that's the thing. I know the game with them. I know it's all bullshit. I know they just want my money. And so I don't never, I ain't no trick, man. I don't give them my money, but I like watching. Sometimes they'll have like little free clips of and stuff, and I watch all that stuff. But I understand what the real is.
Like looking at women. I
just like looking at chicks, man.
I follow a ton of cosplayers and like pinup chicks on Twitch or Twitter because I like their pictures. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, Instagram is flooded with those chicks, man. Instagram is flooded. They take it. That's how them cam girls, man. They get the Instagram, and there's a couple of them I follow, and they got 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 people following them.
Oh yeah, I'm not making another social media. Instagram's the best place to go for that shit, though.
Yeah, they got a bunch of them on there, man.
Justin McClure goes, "LOL, this channel just went degenerate." I know. Why are we talking about this? I'm interested. I want to learn, and it's like I don't know what's going on. I went to a strip club in the '90s, though, in Tampa, Florida. It was crazy. I mean, it was like I went in there with my friend. My friend's like, "Is this legal?" I was like, Tampa, Florida. The girls were completely naked. I was like, "Yeah, I've never been back because it just made me feel like I don't know, like." I don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, I was just kind of like, this is kind of sad, and I think they're looking down on me for being here. I don't think I want to be here anymore.
Well, these girls, they make so much money for these platforms. You had 2 of them on Twitch. One of them yesterday, her name's Humorous. She literally said, "We're gonna check out the N-word store." Literally dropped full hard R N-word on her stream. No ban. No suspension.
What did she mean? What does that mean? The N-word store.
She was talking about something in the ethnic aisle, and then she's like, "We'll go check it out over there." I think there's an N-word store that way.
There is, because there's a fetish thing, and this is something that I've actually, the very last episode we did of Sexy Party, which was about 2 weeks ago. We were talking. There's a young lady by the name of Katrina Black, and she actually has a YouTube channel. but the YouTube channel is all tame. But she's got like 18,000 on the YouTube. But on the YouTube channel, they're like watching videos of like Jim Jeffries and stuff like that. They're just doing like reaction videos. But then when you look in the description, they're shoving you to her mini vids, her OnlyFans, her Twitter, where they can, you're like, hey, you like her, but if you really want to see her, boom. But her whole thing is she has a husband, and her husband been together like 15, 20 years or whatever. But her thing is that she likes to make videos where she's with black guys and Mexicans. That's her thing. And she gets down. I'm just saying like that.
I was cool until you said "and Mexicans," and then I lost it.
No, because she did a build that she said, "This is why we don't want you to build the wall," and she did a bit. She took on 3 guys, man, and she said they were all illegal immigrants. And I was like, oh wow. Yeah.
Oh my God, what is going on? Why is the world like this? How can we stop it? Hold on a second. Let me. So Angry Liquid says, "Oh wait, hang on. So let me read these." James Dean Anderson says, "I like the StreamYard format a lot. It's less cheesy. I agree." Man of Sex says, "This show is what happens when the Salvation Army is closed. They somehow relate Israel and gas chambers to comic books." Oh, that show, he said. Okay, I thought you meant this show. Yeah, somebody told me they were going to gas me. I thought that was rude. Tomba Hat says, "I had my issues with you, but I was shocked at the vitriol others had. You handled it well." That's what happens when you don't give a shit. When you are truly, at peace with yourself, people can do whatever they want to do. Let's see. Chimera Comics says, "That stream was boring. I wanted internet blood sports, not whining about the book." Hey, Mr. 17 pages. The first 20 pages are on 4chan. $5 message retracted. Hell says, "Would you run DC if they gave you such an offer?" Yeah, I would. I'd fire everyone and I'd hire comic skaters. Raging Golden Eagle says, "When the bloat starts calling the shots, the bureaucracy is expanding to meet the needs of the expanding bureaucracy." Yeah. James Dean Anderson says, "R.I.P. Perkindo. Godspeed." Perkindo died.
Yeah.
That's very sad. Exploding Prinny says, "Did DC leave everything in their will to Bendis so he would pull the plug on their life support machine?" Damn near half the line. Yeah, here's the thing. Bendis, they hired Bendis because they're trying to send a message to AT&T that, look, they're useful. Like we're creating stories and content that you guys are going to be able to turn into other things. So don't fire us, don't get rid of us because we're creating stories. Fortunately, they hired Bendis to do that. So that is it was an accident. Mark C says, "I see DC shutting down and AT&T licensing the comic book rights to another publisher." That's possible. Mighty Thor is a new member. Man of Sex says, "Rumble has tried to post-ops me. What can you do?" What does post-ops mean?
Oh, Lord, I'm not up on the lingo on that, man. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Dragon Lord says, "The cherries are the mundane Matt of comics Twitter." That is like when people say you're the mundane Matt of something, cherries try to say that Ethan's the mundane Matt of Comicsgate. No, I'm not the mundane Matt of Comicsgate. There is a mundane Matt of Comicsgate, but I'm not going to say who it is. Micah Curtis says, "Englewood is at 89%. E says, "Who cares about schlobs? You have a core base." CFan85 says, "Don't want to hurt anyone. What about the facts guy?" Who's the facts guy? A Bogus Fortune says, "They don't like you because you're not tweeting Starblades every day." I should be doing that. Lance Childers is a new member. Man of Sex. Dallas Deadeye, thank you for joining. Stripper named Trixie says, "Lick that thumbs up. Tastes like bacon." Hell, Squall Lionheart, thanks for joining. Powerhouse 420420. Jeremy built a shed with his Brie money. People made a lot of Brie money. How did you do, Yellow Flash? Did you make a lot of Brie Larson videos?
Oh, yeah. Quite a bit. Yeah, I did all right. Gained a lot of subs off of Brie. But that, when all of that was dropping on her, that's like when the Vic stuff happened. So I kind of shifted off of her for a minute because there was so much going on.
Yeah.
But there was plenty to go around. I mean, I saw the quartering got a shed. Got a brand new shed thanks to Brie Larson.
Oh, I thought they meant Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy. The quartering got a shed. Okay.
Yeah, he has a shed. He showed a video of it, and he went in there, and there's like 2 posters of Captain Marvel. Like a shrine.
Yeah, I paid my mortgage. I think I made 2 mortgage payments off of Captain Marvel, so I'm equally grateful. The Almighty Skeletron says, have you read The Change in Punisher? I heard about it. People are freaking out. I got to do a video about it.
Oh, what they do to Punisher now? Okay.
Oh, he uses his wife as a shield.
Come on.
So when the guys shot him up, like when he's at his picnic, he jumped in front of his wife and used her as a shield. Now that's the new retcon. Or he jumped behind his wife and used her as a shield.
Oh, what? What a piece of shit! Why would they
do that? That's weird.
I haven't read the issue. It's the newest issue of Savage Avengers, I guess. I'll go pick it up or find a way to read it and see if it's legit. Zach thinks he's like an illusion or something because I sent it to him on Facebook.
Amateur Ant says, female privilege all day on the internet. Frankie V says, Ethan should make a My Free Cams account. LOL. Is that like a sex account?
Yeah. They got I just don't. This is why I keep this side of myself from you, Ethan, because I know you can handle it. That's the thing.
I can handle it. You know, it's just not.
You would judge me. I know this.
I judge everyone. You know, that's not. You know,
that's what somebody told me. It's like, Antonio. They sent me a DM, and they was like, Antonio, I had to unfollow you on Twitter. He said because my wife was looking on my phone, and you had liked something from Bang Bros, and it showed up on his time. And so I was like, I keep forgetting I got all these people watching because I'm like, most of the people I follow are like porn people.
What's Bang Bros?
Yeah. It's Bang Bros, Brazzers. Yeah,
I know what Brazzers is.
Yeah, trust me, and they got a lot of great stuff. My timeline is it's filled with things. This episode of Sexy Party, we've got more stories to tell. So.
Man of Sex says he tried to blame that on me because, quote, I had the ability and I'm a literal devil with horns. Direct quote. That was okay. So he tried to blame Man of Sex for stealing his credit card. Amazing, Adam. Septinov709 says I keep my comics gate. There's a lot of choices. 100%. Amateur says you shake more than 3 times and you're just jacking off. Frankie V says, did you see the new X-Men mini doc from Marvel? No. Narwhal Book says there was a second shaker. Black Russian Bot says the Gaylord got a golden shower from a black peen WC war campaign. Jedi Knight and friend Alita says, can we make fun of King Tut some more? That was fun. I actually discussed what King Tut's corpse probably tasted like if it was chocolate cake.
Oh. And
it did look like, when you first see like King Tut's corpse, you're like, oh, that's gross. But then you go, yeah, but what if it's this, but it's chocolate? Think of this as a dessert. And then people were kind of turned on by that. Hold on, let me see. King Tut close up. Yeah, it's like you know, I don't know. People got into it. Okay, so now you're gonna think this is gross at first, but when you actually see it, and Yellow Flash, I want you to also contribute your thoughts about this. Okay. All right. So let me share this. And I want you to immediately think dessert. Think this is a dessert that's been brought to you. All right. Now, you know it's a corpse, you know. But I want you to think that this is chocolate cake in here. And this is a nice crispy chocolate shell.
It looks expired.
Oh, wow.
What if there were a vanilla ice cream next to it?
Ice, baby.
Matt Becker says this is disrespectful, EBS. Yeah, I know.
I'm going to pass.
You wouldn't?
It doesn't look good. If I imagine that as cake, it just looks, I mean, there's yellow spots randomly over there at the top.
Chocolate, though. No. I didn't know his teeth were red. I didn't see the red on his teeth before.
Would those be cherries then?
Maybe, yeah. You know. I don't know. Cherries. I don't know. But anyway, that's what that was. You know, I was doing a whole thing about Tutankhamun, and we looked at his corpse, and I, for some reason, thought it was chocolate cake. So, you know, sorry for offending everyone in the chat. They're saying it looks more like mummy jerky. Gulf City Johnny Blaze says, no wonder EVS is chunky. I like dessert, you know.
Dessert's the best, especially at a restaurant. I mean, yeah. I like those when they have the chocolate covered like cakes.
What are they? Volcano cakes? What are those things that have molten chocolate inside?
Oh, those are so good. You ever been to Chili's?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got one there, and it's like it's got a chocolate shell over it, and it's like a brownie, and it's got all that chocolate syrup in it.
Oh, so good.
Oh, it's delicious.
It really is so delicious, man. I absolutely love. I just picture it with ice cream. It's just yes.
Yes.
You break it open, and hot chocolate, melted chocolate pours out. That's so good, man. So good. This is getting weird. What is wrong with you? Disgusting, EVS. Sorry, you're right. You're right. It is disgusting.
Gotta enjoy those pleasures in life.
Absolutely. Let's see. Corey Legend says, when Marvel's comic division inevitably dies, would you consider buying the rights to Dust or any other characters you helped create? No, I don't want them. Vader's Force Ghost says Thor is going by Odinson now in the MCU. That's unfortunate. Martyr Media says coworker felt the rumble of my fart on the bench at work today. He thought his phone vibrated, and I suggested he check his smellophone instead. Classic. You know. CFan85 says, what's your opinion on what they did to Hordak in Netflix's She-Ra?
Yeah, I checked out of that shit.
Oh, here's a new kindler, gentler version.
Kindler, gentler version of what? Of Hordak?
Yeah.
So Hordak's not Trump or something, because that seems to be a thing. Like everything's like Trump now. So
I saw the clownfish thumbnail on it. I didn't watch the video. I don't follow the She-Ra stuff. I'm more interested in how they're gonna soy up He-Man, which I'm sure is coming.
Yeah. It's
She-Man.
He-Man is already gay though, because my dad, I remember bringing home a bunch of He-Man toys and showing them to my dad, thinking these were cool. And my dad looked at him and said, "This is a naked man, son."
What?
Well, he's always hanging out with that guy with the mustache.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that guy's like stereotypical gay looking. So, and he's like best buds with He-Man. You know they're doing something.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy looks like he's out of the Village People.
I always thought He-Man should be banging his daughter though. So
I could never my dad like broke it down for me. You know, he said, "This is a gay man, son. This is a muscle boy." That is you know. I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Yeah." Well, what are you doing? I was like, "I don't know." Mark C says, "Antonio, please tell Chloe Nicole hi for me."
I sure will. I will.
Yeah, Man at Arms. That's his name. I mean, look at the name itself, Man at Arms.
Yeah. Yeah. Manny faces. Manny faces. Ram Man.
Yeah.
Your name is Ram Man. Oh my God. Your name is Ram Man. Your name is Fisto.
Oh. Yeah.
My dad was onto something. He was.
Yeah.
My dad knew what he was talking about. You know.
That is too funny.
A lot of these things exist. I was listening to a song by Savage Garden called Fire Inside the Man. And I was like, that you could take that two different ways, honestly.
Those guys came out though, I thought. One of those guys did. Or he was bi or something, I thought.
Yeah.
So get it, man. Live your
on Twitter over Trump, man. Me and the lead singer of Savage Garden. Right after Trump was elected, he saw my blue check mark and he came for me. And I was just like, hey, Chicka Cherry Cola, why don't you shut the fuck up? You haven't done anything since 1997. And he was crushed by that, dude. You don't call the lead singer of Savage Garden Chicka Cherry Cola, and tell him to shut the fuck up. EVS should start a cam account for his chair and stream anytime he isn't working, says Orbital 1970 Goat. And General Devereaux of War Campaign says you should check out Mike the Chicken. He was a headless chicken that lived for years. I'd love to do a story about that. Andrea was like, are you getting tired of doing Star Wars stuff? And I go, no, not really. But, I did kind of get into this thing with my live streams where I would just check out the weekly world news shit and talk about, look, Indian boy with 720 teeth in his mouth. I'm like, that's interesting. Like, I could talk about that all day long,
There hasn't been a lot of Star Wars news. There's nothing There's like nothing for Rise of the Skywalker. It's like nobody cares. Like I remember last Jedi, there was all kinds of hype and articles coming out. There's nothing for that. They haven't even released a second trailer. We would have like 3 trailers by now. If it was the previous
nobody cares. Nobody cares about this. I'm saying, like, I think they're almost doing it on purpose. Where is San Diego Comic-Con should have been a big trailer, and it wasn't. And yeah, I don't understand why none of this stuff is why people don't care. I think even Disney's given up on Star Wars. You know, I was hanging out with a friend, and he, 2 days ago, and it was like he got a little bink on his phone, and he looked at it. He goes, "Holy shit, my Disney stock just dropped by 5%." I said, "Yeah, no kidding. That's what's going on right now. These guys couldn't make their third quarter earnings, estimate. They're realizing it's Star Wars. Star Wars is dead. They're trying to lie. They've got a whole conspiracy covering up their failure. Why?
They're doubling down, though. I mean, they're only interested in female-led shows now. And did you see that? They're like, yeah, we don't even want to look at the Sylvester Stallone show.
Yeah. Why didn't they? I mean, Sylvester Stallone and what's his name? They wouldn't do that.
Oh, Dolph Lundgren, yeah.
Dolph Lundgren, Sylvester Stallone.
Cool, man. I was like,
every time these SJWs in media go against their own instincts, they succeed. The Roseanne Barr show, tremendously successful. They had to get that off the air so quick. They had to get her off the air. As soon as her little sister showed up at the door wearing a pussy hat, they had to get that show off the air, and people laughed.
It was actually funny too. That's a shame.
It was funny. Yellow Flash liked it.
Yeah, it was all right. They ruined it.
Yeah, they definitely ruined it.
It became the Connors, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. Is it coming back for another
I didn't even
season?
watch it. I didn't even watch it.
Ratings plummeted on the Connors, so I don't know. Yeah,
how are you going to do a Roseanne without Roseanne? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, everyone else is there to react to her, I mean, except they've got Dan. They got not Dan. What's his real name, though? His character, John Goodman could hold his own in a show, but not. He's playing second fiddle by himself. It's like
he's got that other show coming up on HBO with what's the guy from Eastbound and the guy that played Kenny Powers.
Oh yeah,
he's playing that preacher. That shit looks hilarious, and I cannot wait.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that. It's like a preacher man, a scam artist or something.
Oh man, it looks so funny. I was like, oh god, man, I cannot wait. That looks funny.
Yeah, that sounds like it's gonna be pretty good. I'd watch that. Let's see. Monkey Jeebus says SJWs hate me, but I like tofu. That's a confusing situation. You're like, no, I like the things that you like. I just don't care about social justice. I like tofu. You don't like soy though. Soy is where it's at. Umbrella Guy's in the chat. He says, "Hey there, Umbrella Guy, come on in here." Have you talked to Umbrella Guy lately, Yellow Flash?
Here and there. I think he's busy because he got his baby now. So
you guys used to be friends. I don't know what happened.
We're still good. He's just busy with his baby.
Yeah, I know. I remember what it was like. I remember having a baby, little Ava in here. That's all you care about. When you've got a new baby, all you care about is that little baby.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Are you?
Yeah, no more for me.
Snipped? Did you do the snip?
No, just take measures.
Well, I got a note from Ethan Ralph. He said, "Thanks for coming on. That was a demolition." Fuck yeah, man. Don't doubt me for a minute. I mean, don't doubt me. I can handle my shit. Let me invite Umbrella Guy in here and see if he wants to come in. Umbrella Guy. By the way, we love you, Umbrella Guy. It's like when people go, "Do you love that Umbrella Guy?" No, we actually do. We don't love you. We love you. Legit. We're not faking it. We're not being ironic. That Umbrella Guy's a good guy. He means well. And he's sitting there kicking ass on YouTube, taking names, doing a good job. He's got a baby to take care of. So he's up there. He's making sure he's streaming every day at the same time consistently. This guy deserves all your money. Stop giving all your money to Yellow Flash. He's just going to buy more motorcycles.
I'd like to get one more.
Would you really? What do you get?
I got 2.
You got 2?
Yeah. I'd like to have 3. I mean, I'd like to have a lot of things, but
do I want a motorcycle? I mean, I feel like what I actually want is I want a camper, Like if I could have anything that was unreasonable vehicle wise, I would want one of those big ass campers that I could drive and they'd have like a whole apartment in the back, I'm driving my apartment around the entire country. I mean, that would be badass. I don't know how much those cost. I think maybe $250,000.
Yeah, I think they're pretty expensive. Not that much. You're gonna get one of those. What do they call them? They're not even made in America. They're like the silver ones. You know what I'm talking about? The round ones.
Mm-hmm.
They start with an A, but those ones are like 100-something thousand. I think you can get one for like $60,000.
So I don't want one for $60,000. I want a good one. Welcome, Todd.
That'd be about $100,000.
Hey there, how's it going? I haven't gotten to check out the Killstream yet, so I haven't. Oh, how did that go, man? I was out. I was out for a couple of hours, doing that late night baby runs. So.
Oh yeah. Diapers, man. Diapers are they're a bitch. They're expensive. Keeping a baby in diapers is.
Oh hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. There's I don't know. There's always like a million different things you forget about until. I don't know. I'm not going to last one. No more of it. I love my 2 girls. I love them more than I ever thought possible to love anything else, but no more. I'm good to go.
I think about that too. Like you hate to think this way, but you just go, all right. So Andrea and I are in our early 40s. We're newlyweds. We got married. We're coming up on our 2nd anniversary. And it's like, yeah, we decided the one thing we wanted to do right away was have another baby together. We each have 1 kid from our prior marriages, but we want to have a baby together. And that'll kind of bring our families together because Hunter will have, a sister that it shares a sister with Kaylee. So it'll, tie us all together. And that worked out great, but we're not traveling like we used to. I'll tell you that.
I don't know how you do that, man. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out Bubba Fest this month coming up. I'm going to get there, but man.
Yeah, we got a For the Fans panel now.
For the fans panel? What is that?
So it'd be like Matsuri. They had Nick, Tug, Hirohei, and Ty Beard on a panel, and then they had a bunch of the fans in there, like at a con panel.
Mm-hmm.
So this time it would be Nick, me, Tug, and Emish, or like Hirohei. Or I don't know if Ty Beard's coming.
Yeah, I heard Ty Beard may be there. I heard somebody else may actually be there. Somebody very interesting too. Another person tied to all this.
Really? Who?
Well, I've heard a rumor again. Like I can't confirm this, but just let's say somebody that was tied to driving a stake into one of these people's their whole story. So yeah, I hear that person may come. I don't know if they want. Huh? I'm not going to say. I said enough, but I'm just going to say somebody very entertaining. I would love to interview and see, everything that I've seen them say. I would love to interview them because I'm sure that they have a lot more to say.
I'm excited. It sounds good to me right now. I want to go.
It's not that far of a drive for you.
Yeah, I know. Where is it?
Tennessee.
Yeah, see, I would want to go to Elvis's house. I'm looking for, again, I want to buy a trailer. I'm not going to have the money for this, but I want to buy and by the way, where would I park it? I want to get a big ass RV. I mean, a big one, a party bus, like just fucking, I drive it all over the country. People would be in the back having a tea party or something. Andrea would be cooking a roast while I'm driving.
There you go.
Yeah, she'd come up and feed it to me in the front. She'd be like, "Hey, taste this," and and then she'd give me a fork full of roast, and I'd be like, "That's really good, babe." And she'd be like, "Do you want me to just feed you the whole thing?" I'd be like, "Mm-hmm." She'd sit next to me and just feed me roast while I'm driving that she cooked in my RV.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Umbrella guy, how are things going, pal?
They're going good, man. We There are crazies out there, man. They caught my attention for about 3 days. Then people covered it, and I've just toned them all out. I don't care. I honestly don't care about any of the crazies. There's a lot of good things that are going on. A lot of good comic book things and everything else, and all the rest of that is just noise and bullshit.
Yeah, you made a terrible mistake, and your terrible mistake was being successful and being charismatic. Your terrible, terrible mistake was attracting a large fan following and then being successful at it, making money right where people could see you, right out in the open. So you are going to take a beating for that, and they're going to invade every single aspect of your life and never give you an ounce of peace. And that's who we're fighting every single day. We're fighting these people. We're fighting what they do. We're trying to depower them and empower ourselves.
Well, I mean, it's interesting. You never expect the reaction that these people have, but once you see it, I mean, they come out fangs bared, and after that, well, you like you said, you focus on why they came. Oh well, you had success. Hey, if they hate that. I mean, because they can't emulate it.
No, they can't emulate it. They don't even know what it's like. Umbrella Guy, what do you think of Cam Horse?
Of Cam Horse? Well, everybody's got to make a living, I suppose.
Have you heard of Chatterbait?
Yes.
Chatterbait? Yeah.
Keep your pants on, Antonio.
Yeah, Antonio, man. You're not just a talking image here. We can actually see you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm learning a lot tonight, and I'm taking notes. I mean, what you guys can't see, you can't see my hand. I'm down here taking notes about all these sites. Andrea,
is that what you call it? You can't see my hand. I'm taking notes. I'm creeped out now, man.
That sounds creepy.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
Get on my computer. She's going to be like typing something in, and then like Chatterbait is going to come up. She's going to be like, "What the hell?"
I told you, Bang Bros, man. Go to Bang Bros.
Yeah,
Bang Bros.
It's for research, babe. It's for research.
What is Bang Bros? Is it because they're bros? Are they black people?
They do everything, but if you want interracial stuff, go to blacked. Go to black.com.
I want things. I don't want. If you want this specific kind of pornography, go to here. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm looking for. But Chatterbait sounds interesting. Amaran says Bang Bus.
Oh, because there's a couple of them where they do these they do the like sex cars and stuff, like Sex Taxi or whatever, and then they drive and they like pick up. I always assumed it was completely staged because you got a lot of these adult sites, they make you do like blood tests and everything. You have to do blood tests like every 30 days and stuff so that you can make sure you don't have HIV and stuff. So, but they'll like pick up someone who's like, hey, let me have sex with a random stranger. They'll just pull up and they got cams all in the car and everything. They just have sex in the back of the car and everything. It's crazy, but it's entertaining. I've always enjoyed it.
When I used to drive a taxi, that would never work for me.
I used to love Taxi Cab Confessions. That was the thing I always loved when it was on HBO. And every now and again, one of the cab drivers would just be driving, and then someone's like, "Hey, let me just have sex in the car." It was awesome. I was like, "Oh,
doesn't
okay."
work in real life. I'm pretty sure. Antonio is a pro, says J-Sim. Antonio's a good streamer, by the way.
I own my shit though. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I never get triggered when people try to talk about sex bar, because I'm so honest on there, and I get everybody. I get so many DMs and emails, and that's why I was like, I know people are listening, and then they can't admit that they're listening, and then they contact me and they go, "Man, you really when you were talking about that fat girl, that was interesting." I've had people tell me that I could come to their homes and stuff, and I go, "Yeah, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to your house. I don't want to mess with your girlfriend and stuff like that." Yeah,
I got a whole lot of stuff going on that me and Umbrella Guy are going to do something else. We're going to do Sexicopter. That's going to be our new instead of a taxi cab. Yeah. We want you to do you want a helicopter ride? And then we go up there, and then it's yeah,
it's gonna start out be like,
how would you get rid of all the noise? Would it just be part of the show, like the helicopter blades?
Yeah, I guess I didn't think it through that thoroughly. I was thinking of another vehicle, and helicopter came to mind. Submarine would be good.
That would work.
Horn,
Have you been in a helicopter before?
Yes.
They're loud.
They are loud. You have to put on headphones to talk to, the person.
You don't actually have to make that. I mean, we are talking porn. You don't even have to. You could have a person standing outside going, woof, 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 woof. We don't really have to take that.
I don't know. I become a pornographer in my old age. I think that's what I'm going to do. When I retire from comics, I'm going to move to Florida and become a pornographer. And I'm going to have very creative pornography.
Well, the women don't even need. I mean, they can do it all themselves now.
They can.
Chatterbait and all this stuff like Patreons.
Yeah, but I saw Boogie Nights and I was thinking that you would
do like superhero porn.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I would be Burt Reynolds. You know what I mean? In Boogie Nights, like that.
You would direct superhero porn.
Yeah, but I can relate to that character because he clearly had become desensitized to everything he saw, and that's me. That's one of the things.
Desensitized.
Yeah. That's the thing because like Anna's asking me, she's like, some of the stuff that you've sent me lately.
What the hell are you sending Anna? What are you?
Not Star Wars girl, my Anna, the co-host.
Okay.
I've been friends with her like 11 years and stuff. But that's the thing. Since she knows I'm a pervert, I can just send her anything and just get her. But she sends me horrible pictures with people with genital warts and stuff like that. So it was we kind of do a thing back and forth. But I sent her something the other day, and this guy looked like he had a third leg. It was not human, and he was with this young lady, and I was like, "Oh my!" It was interesting. It was
okay, yeah.
It was very interesting.
I missed out on so much of the world, Antonio, and I blame Joseph Smith and Brigham Young.
That's interesting that you say that because that's the kind of stuff that I've noticed they like to make fun or they have fun with religion a lot in a lot of you'll see people in like nun garbs or they're dressed like a priest or like Mennonites. There's a lot of people in hijabs doing so, which I know that has got to be sacrilegious. So it's like
that's got to be sacrilegious.
Like, yeah, she's got a hijab and she's doing all this, and I was like, oh wow.
There's like Muslim porn.
Yeah, they've got everything. Yeah.
What? That's like probably a death sentence over there.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I've heard, what they wanted to kill somebody for making a cartoon. Talking about stuff like that, and I'm like, wow, these people. But yeah, they've got actual websites that's all they have is it's fetish stuff. It's just like people that are into feet. Yeah, it's like they've got onlyfatties.com and stuff like that. So
only fat people.
Yeah, so you could BBW porn, BBWsuperstar.com or whatever, just different.
Umbrella, are you following this?
Somewhat. I'm listening, but I'm like, damn, what did I walk into again?
That's what I'm saying. I'm a pervert. I admit that. Yeah, plumper pass. Yes. See, some of the sexy party people are in the chat though. That's why I was like, I see y'all in my chat when I be doing sexy party.
Oh God, that really gets me like, that.
They do the senior porn and all that kind of stuff. They do all that stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm not in. I'm not into that. That doesn't do it for me. But I do like plumper pass. I like big ones.
Degenerate would look at plump grandmoms.
Not me. No. Once they get to a certain age, I was like, oh God.
What's like that? What is it? Rule 54. If there's there's probably a porno of everything.
No, that's the thing. I'm like, in my little finger, it's like so many different pleasures, desires that no one ever knew about until I brought them out of. Yeah. That's why we like that character on Game of Thrones because I was like, man, he would just he would have people, they talking about someone was enjoyed having sex with amputees and stuff like that, and I was like, and he would find someone and make it happen. And I was like, they have that on the internet. Anything.
He got a shitty out on that show.
Yeah, I can't wait for the book if it ever comes out. I don't know if, although George R.R. Martin said something the other day. He said he's going to have an announcement in 2 weeks that the fans will be excited about. So I'm hoping it's Winds of Winter is almost done. Because, that book's like almost 5 years late now.
Well, he's got time to do 35 other books. You know, all these little books he's doing on the side. And
for television, he's doing all that stuff to sell to TV and stuff. That's what it is. You know, he's got like 3 Game of Thrones shows in development. One of them started shooting 2 months ago. So that's what it is. But I was like, dude, you're a writer. Finish the book.
Well, I'm working on something. We're gonna do this tomorrow, guys. Guys in the chat who are asking about comics. Obviously, we've got Vampirella #1. I'm doing a variant cover for this. Everyone loved my Vampirella versus the Reanimator cover with Cyberfrog on it. Big success. We made $70,000, which is, more than almost any comic book out right now makes in the mainstream of the comic book industry. It's really, really sad. You've got people crying right now about how digital doesn't sell, and here we are. All I do is just slap a new cover on an old Vampirella book, and it's a big deal. It's a big hit. So this is Vampirella #1, which is the incredible Christopher Priest, one of my favorite writers, fantastic guy who stood up to SJWs and told them to shut the fuck up. Proud to have a cover on their books. And it's proud to have a cover on his book, and this is going to be coming out tomorrow. We're going to launch this tomorrow. In the meantime, Jawbreaker's God King. Did you see this?
Oh, he hit 203,
204. Just
never mind.
Oh, these people tried to stop Zach. They couldn't stop Zach. Zach is going to make $1 million this year.
I talked to him about coming back on my channel next week.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to? Did he say yes?
He said yeah.
That's cool.
Probably like Thursday. Well, we had a good time last time he was on.
He needs to get out and he needs to promote more. He needs to promote his book, and that's important. All right, Cyberfrog Blood Honey 2 is doing pretty good. $242,896. We'll get to 250 of this. We'll get to 250. It's pretty. I keep thinking I just turn it off, just end it, and just be like, okay, 2 more days for Cyberfrog Blood Honey. But I think we just leave it going. What do you guys think of that? Do we just leave it up?
Just leave it up.
Yeah, leave it up.
So you get ready to send it all off to get it printed?
That's already being printed. Have you seen it yet? Hold on a second. Let's stop sharing this, and we will go back to. I'm getting this. I'm learning how to do this. Here we go. This is Cyberfrog Blood Honey. We are. Looks like we got all the chromiums in. They're going to be shipped over to where the meat of the book lies in wait to be attached. This is the Salamandroid variant cover.
On the second campaign.
This is the second campaign.
That's
this
the one I backed
right here.
That's mine.
That's the one that you got?
Yeah, that's the one everyone wants, right?
We only printed 3,000 of those. We're printing. I think this one we're printing something like 10,000 or 12,000 of these. I'm over printing because we got to make sure that these get to people. I'm finding out, books get damaged in the mail, so it's kind of it's kind of a big deal. I love the mirror chrome backing though, dude. I love this. This is phenomenal. So here it is, and the guts of the book, longer than 17 pages, and I can't wait till you guys read it. I just want a review from somebody who doesn't love me. It's like everybody that's read it has been like, it's good.
He'll have one up for sure.
Hey, wait, just a minute. So that's the real Scott Kurtz in chat. Remember that time you asked me, who am I? Well, I'm the guy who just made $100,000. Who are you, buddy? Who are you?
Oh, is that big fat guy?
Yeah.
He looked like the guy from Blade that they put the flashlight on. Hey, Scott Kurtz, you look like that dude from Blade. Where they put the flashlight on him? I know you know what I'm talking about. You look just like him, man.
Why is Scott in the chat again, dude? Don't you have other things?
Just hating, man. He's just hating. When you going to ship that book?
Did you make 100,000, Tug?
I'm right there, man. I'll be there. Thanks to people like Scott Kurtz. I'm at actually 97.
Like them apples, Scott.
Yeah, hurts, doesn't it? Nobody's coming in and making money like that. Man, that has to hurt their feelings.
I think it does have to hurt. I think it's got to hurt as Scott watches, the industry implode all around him.
Yeah, Antonio, somebody said you don't look like Scott Kurtz.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm a big guy though. So.
Dude, you don't look like Scott Kurtz.
Kurtz looks like one of the guys in the, he needs like. You ever see what's that movie with it had Leonardo DiCaprio as the retarded kid?
Oh no, was he Gilbert Grape? Yeah. Oh, I felt so bad for that woman. I'm pretty sure that actress is dead now, but they had her on a couple of other shows, and she was on what was it? David E. Kelly, Picket Fences, and she played a woman that rode over on her husband and killed him. It was the same chick from Was He Doing? And I was like, oh man, she's typecast as the fat chick that's gonna roll over and kill somebody. And I was like, I felt so bad, but I mean, she cashed the check though.
So Scott's just in here trolling.
I guess he was like, when you're going to ship that book? I was like, let me just say something. Let me throw a little middle finger that way.
That's good. All right. Well, look, I mean, a lot of people watch this show, and then, most people do. So, at this point, it's 2:26 in the morning. We got 1,212 people in here. It's a lot of people watching this show. And a lot of people that we're marketing to. If you haven't backed your boy Zach's Jawbreakers God King, I can't believe it, because it's just about everybody has. Yeah, and it's done very, very well. If you haven't backed Cyberfrog Blood Honey, you've still got time to do that. As this book prepares to be fulfilled. And also tomorrow we're launching the Vampirella #1. And I'm thinking about doing other stuff too. I'm gonna do a couple more variant covers because they're easy, and it's just an easy thing to do. It does make a lot of money. It heats my pool, and someday Antonio's going to come over and he's going to want to get in that pool.
Stop teasing me with the guest room, Ethan.
Where do you even live? I never knew where you lived. Are you in New York?
You got to have a private Comicsgate house party.
Oh man, yeah. We grill out. That'll be
great. All come out, grill. Stuff like that.
Set that up. I'm on the plane, baby.
No, for real. You guys could do that. If you wanted to come over, Comic Skaters, I would love that. I'd be really
stream it and have fun. That would be great, man.
Yeah, we could stream Umbrella Guy, Flash. Everyone's family. Let's just come over and have a good time while it's still summer. I mean, look, we got another month of this, and then it's going to be back to school, and that's going to be sad. I enjoy waking up every morning, getting frogs out of the pool, going swimming. This has probably been one of the best summers of my life. It's been fantastic. I've even got color on my face. People are like, Ethan's blushing over pornography. No, I'm not blushing over pornography. I literally have sunshine on my face. I get out and enjoy the sun. Macho Man Tranny Savage says, I'll show up for that. Really, would you? You'd be invited. You in particular. All right, everyone. Well, I want to say to you all that I love you, and thank you for having my back. Thank you for being behind all of these Comicsgate projects and backing them. Thank you guys in the chat for being supportive. Thank you for enjoying the Killstream. I was nervous about it. I was a little nervous about it, but I think it turned out good.
Yeah, it's just a gladiator battle.
They were nice to me, though. You know what I mean? Like, I thought, well, Ethan and I, look, I asked him for a favor once, and I reminded him of that. I said, one time my channel got struck, got a strike for something that was bullshit. And I came to you and said, hey, I don't know Keemstar, but I know you do. Can you ask him to get my channel restored? And he said, oh, yeah, man. And I'd only been on his show a couple of times. So he barely knew who I was, but he still, he said, yeah, I'll take care of that for you, man. And then like a day later, my channel was back. And so I asked him tonight. I was like, I think you did me that favor, and he said, "Oh yeah, I did." I was like, "Well, this is me returning the favor, being on your show and about to be screamed at by your degenerate fans." And it was great. I mean, I had a good time. It was really nice. So link to the Killstream thing. It is on D Live.
It's D Live, the Ralph retort.
The Ralph report. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he calls it. Well, I think he still does, but the handle is the Ralph retort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good time, and I think Andrea watched it. I think she was nervous for me, and hopefully she's proud of me for it. So, love you guys. Thank you. I'm gonna get back to work for a couple more hours, and then boom, we're going to bed.
Super chats. You got a couple super chats.
Super chats. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Let's see. A stripper named Trixie says this is for Scott Kurtz, Spurgeon in the chat.
Yeah, she's the one that made me notice them. Actually, props to stripper named Trixie.
That's how you. I never I don't watch the chat very often. Oh. Infernal Iris.
When I'm a guest, I always play in the chat. Goof off with everybody. It's always fun.
That's how you saw. Infernal Iris says, Uncle Ethan, when and how will we get a chance to get one of the few Salamandroid covers left over? I missed out. I think what we're gonna do with those is once I've fulfilled everyone and I can see how many we have left, probably for Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. Which will be the next campaign after Rainbow Brute. I will say, hey, look, up for grabs. One of the tiers will be up for grabs, 50 copies of Salamandroid, $50 instead of just 25. And they'll go when they go. You get one per customer. And then we'll do it that way. I don't know how else to distribute them. I definitely want to sell them, but I don't know what's fair. I think that just doubling the price and then first come, first serve sounds fair.
Put them all on eBay.
eBay's another way to go.
I mean, that's the truly capitalistic way to make everybody happy. I think highest bidder gets it.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Downshift is here. He says, "I'll back God King when I get both. When I can get both covers in one order. I'm an all or nothing guy. Both covers or none. Talk to Zach, yes, please. Got all 3 Cyberfrogs. I'll talk to him again, but I think what happened was he realized that if he makes he's going to lose money. If he suddenly adds a new tier that says you can get both covers at this tier, he's going to get 1 million refunds and then reorders, and that's going to cost him money because when you refund and repledge, it costs $3. It costs him $3. So
he can do an add-on perk. I don't know. I need to message him because he can do an add-on perk where you can just add on to the existing order and just send that out to backers. It can be like a private link. He can do that.
Yeah. You'd have to combine it with their previous order. You would have to see that it was attached to the same address. I mean, I could probably save a lot of money if I would just go in and be able to figure out, people who backed all 3 campaigns, combine them into one, and then I'd get to keep some of their shipping. But that would be such a pain in the ass. I don't know how I would do that. So people who backed all 3 are going to get 3 different shipments. And I think the same thing would happen to Zach. E says, why not put them in the Rainbow Brute case package? There's the thought. Mark C says, second time sent. What is on Antonio's shirt?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the brand Cyberfrog shirt that Kanan White did. It is on Amazon UK, and it is in my t-shirt store also. So, yeah, this is Ethan was very gracious and allowed Kanan and I to use that character. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for doing that too. That's really nice to have another Cyberfrog shirt out there. And you sent me one, which I appreciate. CFan85 says, why wait? You could merge the 2 pursuits. Mark C says, what is an on Antonio shirt? He said that the first time. Get Antonio on Fab Swingers. Says, man like Migs, marvelous Migs. What is Fab Swingers?
Well, they have so many. I have an adult website, but I shut it down because it was costing me too much. It was costing me more to promote it, and the bandwidth was out of because people like looking at porn, so the bandwidth adds up. So I was like, man, I'm not bringing in as much money as I wanted to bring in, and I had to shut it down. But I might open it back up again. So.
I don't even want to know. Fan Addicts of Film says the Van Skyver Bunch. That's the way they became the. And Amateur Ant says, Tug, my sister bought cloth diapers and got a second washer on Craigslist to save them. It saved them a lot, or to wash them. It saved them a lot of money. cloth diapers. I don't know.
No, I'm sorry, but no, I can't do it.
It's a lot of
I mean, maybe that's terrible of me to say, but cloth diapers are not the way for me.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, you got to deal with that poop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
One time, boom, up, it's in the garbage. I'm done.
Yeah, it's the way to be. Carson Depp says, my 7-year-old grandson today gave me a discourse on why Star Wars is bad now. He says, the girls have superpowers. The boys can't do anything. Luke is a wuss. Boom. That's it.
Well, didn't you ever notice that in that movie, all of the rebel leaders were female and they literally had male assistants following them around? Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did. It was funny. Wall-to-wall women in that. And they were all weird looking. It was just weird. Man Like Mig says, Fab Swingers is messy. I had a lawyer and her missus come to my house. LOL, they started pissing on each other. Mate, LOL, I booted them. I don't want to live in this world of degeneracy. I really... I mean, I don't know what goes on. I don't want to know. I felt happier before I knew that,
Yeah, that's why I don't discuss this stuff with you, because I want you to still look at me as a normal human being.
That's slowly fading away, Antonio.
Don't judge me, EVS.
All right. I love you all. I'm going to say goodnight and talk to you guys in the morning. We'll do another live stream, maybe a morning show or something like that. But take good care, and we'll see you again soon.
See you.